All right. Awesome, awesome. Welcome, everyone. Today we have another great unmute and recharge session. So let's get started. Today we have 3 wonderful presenters. Please keep your mics muted, but feel free to ask questions in the type them in the chat section. That way we can get to those questions. If you have not registered, please do so. There's the session number 263578. It's also in the chat if you click on the link. And then make sure you check in with the PSJA tech, all lowercase, so you can get credit for the session. Okay, we're going to skip down to our first presenter, who is one of our new CITs at Farias Elementary. So welcome to Stephanie Alfaro. Stephanie, I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to let you share your screen and take it away.
Okay, thank you. Let me share my screen.
Awesome. We see your screen.
Okay, so like Miss Debbie said, I am going to be presenting on Flip. I don't know if most of you know that before it was Flipgrid and recently it changed to Flip. So there is a lot of new updates and new settings and a lot of new tools that we can use for teachers and students. My focus for this session is going to be on Telpas, especially since Telpas is going to be coming up very soon. And the way that I've been using it with my students is for the speaking, especially the speaking, because my students, for some reason, they love to talk all the time. But once it comes to Telpas, they shut down. And they even told me that. They told me that we're not used to recording ourselves. That's why they end up getting beginner when I know they should be already at advanced high. And what's been helping them a lot is Flip. So if you haven't heard of Flip before, it's a website that everyone is available to use. Like it's available for all teachers and students. So I'm going to show you guys a kind of an example of what I use for them for Telpas. So I created this little group for this session. Let me see if I could share the link in case you want to go in and see how it looks as a student. Okay, I just shared it. So if you click on it, can you let me know if you're able to see the group? Yes. Okay. So
Yes.
if you notice, you should be able to see the 3 topics. But right now the introduction one, I'm not going to focus on that one. The one that I want to focus on is the one that says map 1, Telpas. And if I click on it, it gives me, so this is an actual map that you see in Summit K-12 for elementary at least, and a little practice. And I formatted it exactly how it is on Summit K-12. So you might be asking why, sorry, my lights turned off. You might be asking why am I using Flip if it's exactly the same thing as Summit K-12. So the reason that I really like Flip is because of this little tool that we have right here. Can you see that it says Immersive Reader? Yes. So if I click on that, the students that have 504s, RTIs, or dyslexia, the non-readers, they're able to listen to it. And I know you could still listen to it on Summit K-12, but this one gives them a little bit more accommodations. So I clicked on it, and has anyone seen this before, Immersive Reader? Yes. So I'm gonna go through it really quick then. So if you click on it, you can listen to it, it'll read it to you, but I really like focusing on, let's say, for example, wait, sorry, I'm in the wrong one. I meant to say animals. So I'm in the next topic, and I'm clicking on immersive reader, and the two words that they need to focus on are alike and different. And in case if someone doesn't know what that means, well, if they click on immersive reader, it'll actually tell them what it means. So different, it'll give them a picture of what's a definition. So that's one reason that I like using Flip for the accommodations. Or if they're like brand new recent immigrants, there's also another tool right here for immersive reader. Let me see. Oh, right here. So I clicked on the little book reading preferences, and it changes the language, which most of our recent immigrants have been, they come from Mexico, right? Most, but there's all of these languages that you could change into in case you get another recent immigrant. I know in our campus, we had some from Iran, which was very, very different last year towards the end. I don't believe they're here anymore, but just in case and you need another language, it's there. So let's say someone comes from Germany. I'm just going to click on Germany, and it should read the instructions and the directions to them in that language. So yeah, there's a lot of tools here that you could play around with, and the students could play around with. If you want, let's say you're doing another lesson and you want to focus on just nouns, well, it highlights just those nouns. Or you want them to focus just on verbs. Let's say you're doing a grammar lesson, well, it will focus just on verbs. And since my students have been practicing, they are opening up a little bit more. So I'm hoping, since we're taking the benchmark very soon for the TELPAS, that they'll be able to go up another level. But that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Does anybody have any questions? I love Flip, and I think I know you said you've seen the difference with your students, how they're opening up, and it just really, I think, helps with developing those language skills. I wish more people would start using it because I think it would definitely benefit the students.
Yes. I'm going to stop.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Stephanie, so much for that presentation. It was fantastic. So next up, we have another fabulous presenter. We have Eira Garza, and she is going to go over My Kids Bank. So that sounds kind of fun, Eira. I can't wait to see what My Kids Bank is all about. So go ahead and
Well, thank
take it
you.
away.
Thank you, Debbie. Sorry. Hi, everybody. My Kids Bank, it's a website we use here at my grade level. Out of the 5 teachers, 3 of us use them. Is where you create a bank that you can use in your classroom to reinforce classroom management, rules, expectations in the class. I will admit I did not come up with the idea. Ms. Gonzalez, one of our wonderful teachers, she used to be a CIT too, I think 3 years ago, Beatriz Gonzalez. She's the one who researched and did all the work I'm about to show you, but she gave me permission to share it with everybody else. So hopefully you get to love it as much as I do. I know it's getting popular because I've seen TikToks about it. So if you have any feedback or anything, please feel free. We are barely starting to do it as a community, as a grade level community. So we are coming up with new ideas, and even our students are coming up with new ideas. So I would say, feel free to let me know what you think about it. So let me share my screen. And can we see the presentation? Yes, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so as you may know, I'm a 4th grade teacher from Alfaro Elementary. I'm also the CIT. When you look at me, and I forgot to edit that. When you look at me in Teams or in what's it called? In Teams or email, I am as Eira.Garza, but here at Alfaro, everybody knows me as Eira Munoz. The reason is because I kept I'm gonna call it my Mexican name. So I'm Eira Berenice Munoz Garza. So my dad's last name is Munoz and my mom's last name is Garza. But I guess when creating my email, it got a little confused. So anyway, so my kids bank, what is it about? We work on, we do have classroom jobs on leaders. Now that we're in Leader in Me class, we use this tool to create expectations for students. And we also teach what it's going to be a little bit of those bank vocabulary that you need to target in math, the financial literacy. Then we need to target. It's one of our TEKs in fourth grade. I don't know if it's in third grade or lower, but it is in fourth grade. So there's a question in the STAR test about where do you go and save your money? What do you use when you want to spend money? Checks, credit cards. Is rent a variable or a fixed expense? So those are type of things that we do need to teach the students. So what better way to do it through practice, right? Because we can provide all the vocabulary we want, but the kids may not understand the concept until they put it on place, right? Hands on. And my kids bank will be the website that we use to create that. I'm pretty sure you can create it using Google Sheets, for example, if you're a wonderful expert in Excel as well. I'm not, so my kids bank will be wonderful for you if you're like me. So first of all, you need to assign jobs. So these are the jobs I use in my classroom. In total, I have 20 that I use. Why? Because I have 20 students. Every one of your students is expected to have a job. You may have some already organized in your class. Classroom jobs is not new. It's a very important tool that we use as a teachers for classroom management. So I do have something that I have a financial advisor, which it will be my teller. She or he is in charge of making the withdrawals and the deposit every single month, paydays, and all those things. It's very fun. And everybody gets paid. So what Ms. Gonzalez did this year, she provide an application for students to fill in and choose what position they wanted. And then she interviewed the students and see why is it that you want to be a desk supervisor? What makes you a good desk supervisor and things like that? And give it scenarios like if your friend has a messy desk, will you give a citation? Sorry. Okay, so things like that. So students will qualify. So basically what we do, we look at who applied. One that was very popular in my classroom was the line leader, very popular job position. Everybody wanted to be the line leader. But I was like, okay, so who would do the best job? So Ms. Gonzalez and I, as part of the committee to hire, we make the choice of who will be the perfect line leader. And they keep that job all year long, right? Now, in our Google Classroom, we have a topic that is called News and Community Items. And there we have the bank link, the list of items that we sell, because we have like a store where we sell items. And how do we get the items? We use Donors Choose. So I'm going to share the link if anybody would like to donate to us, our cause. So we are using that. So we get things from Amazon. Parents donate to, our principal give us items too. But the students, as they got practice of it, you notice how quickly your store empties out. Like demand is high in these classrooms. So we have the banker who has a special link and a special password to go in, and she's the only one with access with this. And then this is my community bank. My banker and I have access to it. And then we talk about what is spend, savings, needs, and all the vocabulary. If you wanted to know what the website is, if you search My Kids Bank, it works right there. Tip that I would do, and I probably would add it, I try with the school credentials or the school account. It did not let me to create it. I had to use my personal email. I don't know if the domains were like not compatible or there wasn't a specific reason why not. It's free, but for some reason I had to use my personal email, right? I don't know if because they want to send me publicity of other things, but it wasn't matching with the school email, so I had to use my personal. Now, let me show you how does it work, and that way you can look into it. Okay, so when you create your account, it provides you with a username and password for every account you create. So this is my students where they access to it. The one here, that's my banker. There you go. So let me go here. It's B A Oh, am I putting the wrong one? I probably did. Yes. Let me see. Why doesn't let me? I'm getting sorry, guys. I promise I use it. So let me see. Let me use my banker. So now you can see my banker. So my banker is the account number. Yeah, copy report started. There you go. Did they change it? I'm gonna call Ms. Gonzalez and ask what happened. So when you open it, you can see we make deposits. We pay them for A and a row, A, B and a row. We have expectations. So hopefully they're here. Here we are. So we have the fixed and variable expenses that we talk about. So my students have to pay rent bi-weekly. What do they pay rent for? They pay rent for the AC. They pay rent for the bathrooms, water, tissues, and Germix, chair and desk rental, the light, the school supplies loan, and the trash service. The reason why we use these names is, again, to create the financial literacy. So my classroom had a conversation before that of how much do you think we should charge? Because we want to create leaders, correct? So the students will agree on the $25 bi-weekly. Now, they also get variable expenses, which are things that they can purchase when they're money. They can purchase Class Dojo avatars. They can change the avatar in Class Dojo for $2. They can get a body lunch, which it doesn't, they bring their lunch from the cafeteria and they eat here in my classroom when they're watching a movie, right? For $20. And then they can do a movie while body lunch. So that's extra $5, 25. Now, there's also fines. If you argue a fight, $30. If you are cheating or you're dishonest, $20. And they get withdrawals, right? Because there's an expectation. And I always tell them, are you arguing with me? And they're like, no, because that costs $30. You're good. I'm glad you're not. It looked like it, but I assume it was not arguing. So it's very nice. Students start getting along. Of course, you're always going to have those 2 or 3 who don't appreciate the game. And they just fall and they're like, ah, it's not real, right? But it works. It does work with the majority of our grade level. Out of the 60 some students are participating, I would say 5, and they still start getting along because we get new prizes and new things. This is just an example of what we do. We do have bonus or extra cash they can get because they're like, how can I get more money? How can you give me a raise? Right? Are you doing this and this in your job? There's people who does get raised. And if not, you can get raised by A Anna Rose. Imagine Math lessons pass. So for every Imagine Math lesson they pass, we give them money. For lessons they do in learning.com. For AR points, how many AR points have you made? Is the amount of money I gave you. So if you made 20 AR points, I pay you $20, right? So we start doing all this bonus and all this productivity. If they behave good in the class and the teacher gives me a compliment, we give them money as well. So it's a really cool tool. I really don't know why my username and passwords are not working because I really wanted to show it to you. Even my bankers is not working, and I don't know. We share the accounts, the 3 teachers, so I don't know if that's the reason. It's not working. Let's see, last try. Yeah, it finally worked. So these are my students. So if you notice, Leonel, he's short $2, right? So he's short $2. They're gonna get paid right now, tomorrow, actually. So I can make a deposit and post the day, the amount. So let's say I'm gonna pay, I want the day to be tomorrow. And then the amount, and then we're gonna put payday. And then the amount, I think Leonel gets $30. And we're gonna put here Leonel Barrera, and I'm gonna make the deposit. Do you agree? Yes, confirm. And the same thing with the withdrawal. You select what do you want to withdraw and who do you want to withdraw. So if we look at one of my students who has the most money, which is in this case is Andrea, if we look at her account, you will see she went shopping today, so they withdraw $11 from her account. And then we deposit, because of the first semester of Imagine Math, we deposit $6 because that's how many lessons she passed. Perfect attendance, she got perfect attendance recognition, so she got $5 extra. So, and once again, the kids, you can see how much interaction we have, and each child has access to their own account, so they can supervise their savings and how much money do they have to spend and all those things. So very nice, very fun to use, very easy to use. Um, if you have any questions, please let me know. I will promise I will give you Ms. Gonzalez information. She's more expert than I am. It's true, like, right? So if I have the answer, I
So-
will provide it to you. If no, I know Ms. Beatriz Gonzalez would love to help anybody.
So like you're paying them twice a month or bi-weekly?
Yes, we pay them bi-weekly. I pay them bi-weekly.
And the set amount?
The set
Like she
amount,
gets paid $45.
yes,
How is-
because when we did the job description and we did the interview, we let them know how much money they will get paid. And so her responsibility is higher than somebody who gets paid $30. So Lionel's job is to pass the papers in the classroom. But Nerea's job is to do the whole bank system. So she deposits, withdraw money. She needs to keep an eye. And also she needs to be telling me, Ms. Munoz, it's payday. Remember, we have to charge rent. So her job is a little bit higher responsibility than others. So it depends what are you doing and how much you improve. So Lionel, right now we're working on independently, like do things without me letting him know. Like, hey, Lionel, don't forget to do this. Don't forget to do that.
So the
he
expenses, the rental, is that the same for all of them?
all of them, because they're all in the same classroom. They all use the same amount of AC. So he needs to work higher to make that pay, because that's how it works. So if you're living in an apartment, building, you more or less, everybody who has 2 restrooms and 2 bathrooms like you should pay more or less the same as you, right? Like, you don't want to know if somebody's paying less. So in this case, that's what we explain to the students. Now, and then they all need to pay, because one of my students tried to be very smart and like, Ms. Munoz, I don't need a chair. I can save that money, right? Because for a chair, we charge $3. I don't need a chair. I can be working on the floor. But I tell them it's like it's not like the internet. There's no variable. It's your rent. Whether you are in your apartment all month or you're not because you're traveling, you still need to pay, right? So it works like that. Whether you're living in your apartment or you're staying with your mom a month, the person is gonna go and tell you, hey, you still need to pay me. You know what I mean? So that's the type of education we try to give them when that's happening.
It's real
Right,
life.
this-
That is
Yeah.
awesome. Like,
I
that's
know.
really cool.
I know, and to be honest, I was afraid of it. I'm telling you, Ms. Gonzalez started, I think, 2 years ago with it, and she loved it. But I was very afraid because it looks like a lot of work, and it is, because you will have those students. Right now, my librarian, ooh, she keeps me on top of the game. She's like, Ms. Munoz, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this, and I'm like, okay, I'm working. Remind me. It's not that I don't want to do it; it's just that I forget. And they're like, okay, so they're on top of it.
What do you mean the
one I like-
librarian? What did the librarian do?
Okay, so the librarian, I have a library in my classroom, so she needs to be sure my books are bilingual in language. And then she has meetings with the school librarian once a week, every Monday, to check the reports of AR. So the librarian and her check who is meeting their goal and who's not reading enough books. And then she needs to go to my students and say, hey, Valentin, the librarian and I noticed the last week you only read one book. She's incredible. You only read one book and you're not going to meet the expectation by the end of the 6 weeks. So what can you do to make better? And they're on top of them. The
Oh my
same,
goodness, I love it.
my
I love it.
attendance, she's the one posting attendance in Class Dojo. So she already knows how to access my Class Dojo. And now she's learning how to post attendance and the teachers. Of course, with my supervision, she doesn't know my password. I signed in for her. But she posted attendance. And when they're absent, she goes and tells them, Valentin, our classroom did not receive perfect attendance because yesterday you were absent. Is there a reason why you were not here? And then
here's the work that you need to do.
see. So that's what I did tell him, because here in my school we do not with the donut punch line. So we collect 12 days of no absences, of perfect attendance, we give the students donuts. So, and I can show you because I have it right here in my class. Because after 6 weeks, I finally made 12 days. So it takes a village, you know. So now she's on top of it because I told them that if they do 12 days in a row, there is my class. So they were able to do 12 days of perfect attendance, and they all received their donuts.
So like if they're 13
this is
days,
my
will they still get
librarian.
another 12 days? Or
Yes.
does they reset?
No, when we did that, okay, so I don't reset them because, to be honest, attendance has been very challenging in my class this year, but Ms. Gonzalez does reset. So if there means one day, boom, she takes all the donuts out, which I think is very mean. First, that's her class. I'm not in
So
charge.
then you like if they get the 12 days, then on the 13 days they can get donuts
We
again?
reset and we start again, so they can get donuts again. Yes, that one, yes. No, but what she's doing right now, she challenged her student to have 12 days in a row without missing. That's the challenging one right now. But then I talked to my students about it, and we're on day 4 already of perfect attendance, when it took me 6 weeks to be able to do 12. So we're already there in 1/3 on the race. So we'll see
you
what
do
happens.
this with the teacher that you team teach, right? Because you do kind of sort of team teaching.
What happened in my grade level is that we start not team teaching, we departmentalize. So we departmentalize. So the ones and Ms. Gonzalez offered this to everybody who would like to. She helped us all. And so basically the ones that say accept out of the 5 was 3 of us, which we still departmentalize for. So Ms. Gonzalez does social studies for me. Ms. Benavides does math notes at the beginning, like the ALI, the celebrated part, and I do science for everybody of those 3 classrooms. So they are the ones who are participating. So, and the students know, we talk about expectation, line order. My line leader needs to be sure everybody's in line order, and the expectation is to be second tile to your left, not touching the wall, quiet all the way. So, and then she told me, Ms. Munoz, I'm gonna cite it, Valentin, because he was talking in the line. Okay, go for it. Like, and then they just they make the citation. They have little bills. I didn't put them in the slide. Let me get.
This is so cute.
It is. So here it is, the citation form. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's orange right here. And they basically check what are they gonna get cited and how much money are they gonna remove from. They're gonna be fined. So that we draw the money. So we do my desk supervisors. They do surprise unannounced checks on their desk, and then those no, I'm cleaning. Give me no. And they do unannounced. So most of my desks do look decent, except for those messy students that you have. But yeah, it's really, really cool. It's really, really nice. I really enjoy it. I will do it. I would definitely do it next year. But yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Like it is awesome.
Mhm.
You've put a lot of work into it. You know, if a teacher wants to start out, they can start out a little bit, at a time.
Yes, and if you
just
want
try
us to
a little
share,
bit.
yes, it starts little by little. Maybe you just want to do a small amount, or you just want to reward one thing, you know what I mean? And I think it's easier than, because I know Ms. Trevino, or my principal, started with the Falcon bills. So she made bills, but that takes time to print, to cut, to laminate, and then all that. And this is all electronic, which is very relatable to what we are doing now. I don't even go to the bank to deposit my checks. I do it through the app, so.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you.
We love it. And so if you want more information on that, reach out to Eira. She'll help you with that. Okay, we're going to move on to our final presentation today with Marysol Garcia. She's a teacher at Marcia Garza Elementary, and she's going to be showing us a little bit on Canva and what you can do with your students in Canva. So take it away, Marysol.
Thank you. Hi, I'm sorry I'm late. We had duties, so I had to stay long.
You're here, you're presenting. That's awesome. Thank you.
Okay, let me find my window. Okay. I love Canva. I just love doing things in Canva. I wanted to share that in my club. I'm starting to teach them how to use comic strips. So I know most of us know how to go into Canva because we had a training with you. So hopefully everybody in here knows how to go into Canva. And I like it that it's free. So you can come in and you can type in the template here, what you want to do. So I just type comic strips. You go through them and then you choose depending on your grade level, because as she was doing the financial literacy, she's doing it for the upper grade levels. I'm teaching first grade. So you decide like which comic strip you want to do. I know we started one that it's all about me, because I found that it's something very simple just to start them. So I'm going to start another one because I do have one for my club, but it's really, really simple and the kids really enjoy it. And what I did for my kids, the first thing is I duplicated the template because I wanted to for everybody to be able to be in the same project working with me, so I was able to see them, right? And then I showed them how to put the text. There's a text. You choose which size you want to put it. You click on it, right? And I'm going to go really quick because I know most of you know how to use this program. But I'm showing you that I did this with the kids. Let me go ahead and delete it. And then I showed them how to, let me find the one that I did so that I can share it. It's already made. I'm going to go quick. Because I know that most of you are already using Canva. Okay, where's the other one? And then I was able to share it in Google Classroom with them. The only thing that I was telling Debbie that I had a little hard time sharing with two of the kids. So I'm still learning. Whoops, the internet is really slow. So I was able to share it. I went here, I clicked on the link. I'm not right here on Google Classroom. But then they show me to go to the plus sign and then I can share it here through here. But make sure that you give them permission how to edit the, so they are able to add it. So I went and changed the editing part. And I'm a little bit going fast. Here I got lost. Give me a second. Right here. Anyone with the link, you share it. And then the kids are able to go in and I share it in the Google Classroom for them to come and work in them. Let me see if the other one opens so I can show you what I did. Right here. This is where we were working, but I only had one child that was able to stay with me. The other ones went into their own Canva. So now I have to go into their Canva and show them how to share it with me. But basically what I showed them is this. We were doing this together. You put your name. I showed them how to put their picture, change, add all the text boxes, all the GIFs, and then change the color. And I like this one because I noticed that some of the kids are not able to retell a story. So right now we started with something very simple, all about me, because that's something they already know. But if you want to do like the plot, the sequence of events, you want to do a chronological line, and then you can go ahead and use one of the comic strips, and the kids are going to be able to, okay, now it's going to be easier because now I can follow something, a template, and you can use it and share it with them. Right now I'm sharing it with all the kids from technology and they're able to use it. But with the little ones, I'm still going in small groups teaching them. But that is something that I found fun and interesting for them, to start teaching them the sequence of events, and then how I said, chronological order, in little steps, and then the plot. So they can read a book and they can come back into the comic strips, find a comic strip and choose their own comic strip and create their own comic strip. And I love it because it has a lot of comic strips. So that's something that I'm barely starting. So I'm going to continue using that. So that's something little that I wanted to share. Okay, let me stop sharing. And I think I am done.
I love it. Canva like has so many possibilities. There's so many templates already there. You can create your own. I think you can tie it into like any kind of content you're teaching. You could have the
Yes.
students do products there. So awesome. And the comic strip is fun. And I do love all the GIFs that you had on there. It makes it, the kids like all that, you know, the stickers and GIFs, and
Yes.
they have so much creativity in them. This is a great way like to let them shine and let them show their creativity.
And the thing is, they enjoy it because they go home. Since I share it on the classroom, they go home, they open it and start working on it. By the time they come back, some of them are already done. So I have to assign something new because they get the GIF like really fast. Yes, thank you.
Nice. Any questions from anyone? All right. Well, it's that time of our presentation where we will have a door prize drawing. Val, we have
Sure.
4 attendees. Do you want to just pick a number or do you want to do the claw?
Let me pick a random number.
Okay. And Val, we're not together, so he doesn't know what numbers that people are on my list.
I'm still doing it as a random generator. From 1 to 4, and it was 4.
Number 4 is Jacqueline Elizondo.
Jacqueline, are you still here? Jacqueline, are you still here?
If you're here, Jacqueline, put something
Yes,
in the
I'm
chat.
here.
All
Okay,
right.
okay. I
Yay.
thought you fell asleep.
So thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
So that is pretty much wraps it up. Let me just share our final screen real quick. We do have some more sessions next week. Next week on Tuesday, we're having a session on TFAR, like setting up some practice. And then on next Wednesday morning, we're going to highlight one of our tech integrators of the month. And it's at 7:15 in the morning. It's pretty fun just to come and listen. And even if you want to tune in, if you're driving, just be real careful. You can tune in and listen. And then on next Thursday, we have another unmute and recharge session. So hopefully some of you can join us at those sessions. So thank you again, ladies. Awesome presentations. I love all these tools. We need to get our students using more of these tools just to get their creative thinking, going. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful afternoon. And Val, you can go ahead and stop recording because for some reason it's not allowing me to. It's so strange today.